Mark Zuckerberg says Facebook and Instagram will end its fact-checking program and replace it with community notes. The Meta CEO says the move will allow social networks to restore, quote, free expression. Zuckerberg also says it will be closer to the policy on X.
After Trump first got elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote nonstop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy. We tried in good faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth. But the fact-checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the US. So over the next couple of months, we're going to phase in a more comprehensive community notes system.
The move comes after Zuckerberg met with President-elect Trump at Mar-a-Lago, and Meta donated to Trump's presidential inaugural committee, a first for the company. ABC News business reporter Alexis Christoforous has more on this new move. Alexis, the chief global affairs officer at Meta says these changes will lift restrictions on, quote, some topics that are part of mainstream discourse. What do they mean by that?
Well, first of all, this is a huge about-face for Zuckerberg, for Meta. He's basically saying that since the election, the political and social landscape has changed. And so these changes at his company are meant to reflect that. So you're going to see more political content in your feeds going forward, because he actually called out two topics in particular, immigration and gender, as areas that he say are part of the national discourse and that need to be on feeds, that this is what he's hearing from users. Now, he did go out of his way to say that their three businesses, right, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, will continue to aggressively censor posts including drugs, terrorism, and child exploitation. But it's really more the political content and things around political content where we're not going to see this censorship the way we were, and that all of these restrictions are being lifted. And they actually held out X, which we know is owned by Trump ally Elon Musk, as a platform that's doing it right by giving more autonomy back to the users in terms of what it is they want to see and what it is they want to post.
Zuckerberg even said that the new community notes will be similar to those on X, and he said their old model of fact-checking had become too politically biased, and that the recent elections feel like a cultural tipping point. So what does this mean for Facebook users? What is this going to look like? How is this going to make their Facebook experience or Instagram experience different?
I think we're going to learn a lot more in the coming weeks, but it seems as though they're moving in an area where the user will have more freedom in terms of what it is they can post and what it is they want to see. So you'll probably be seeing more political type content on your feeds. You'll still be able to not see it if you choose to, but there won't be that third-party fact checker out there sort of making those decisions for you. He actually used the words mistakes. He said, we have made too many mistakes when it comes to trying to fact check. And so, again, he's trying to give more autonomy back to the user.
So he's saying Meta was blocking content that shouldn't have been blocked because fact checkers deemed it untrue when it wasn't?
Right. And he said some people were even going into Facebook jail and they were staying there too long because they had done something that the platform deemed, inappropriate.
So any more on the timing? Why do this now?
Well, I think it's obvious to many that, Trump is about to take office again, and Trump and Facebook and Zuckerberg have had a very contentious relationship. Trump has called Facebook the enemy of the people. He even changed his stance on TikTok because he said, look, if you take TikTok away, it's going to make Facebook bigger and better, and we don't want that. In his book that came out this year, Save America, Trump called out Zuckerberg and said he could spend life in prison if he doesn't make sure that the election, the 2024 election, is not being cheated, that he doesn't cheat the 2024 election. So since then, we know that Zuckerberg has donated $1 million to the inaugural fund and has met with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. He's trying to mend that relationship. And I think today's decision is part of that.
All right, interesting. Business reporter Alexis Christoforous, thank you.